I'm Commander Julius Dedekine, and I've been playing Elite Dangerous for about, I think, 4 years now. I'd have to go back and look. I don't remember when I started. But I've had enough time to play the game to, get most of all, or if not all of the necessary engineering unlocked. I own a few ships. I'm not wealthy by any means, but I've figured out ways to enjoy the game. And of course, I'm playing Horizons. I've decided that I don't want to get into Odyssey until they've worked out all of the kinks and some of the other issues that I've found in the game that I've read about. So without further ado, I'd like to go right on into the exercise, which I am going to be doing in solo play for obvious reasons. So let's go ahead and get this going. Alright. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the exploration build for the Anaconda. And I'll just go down the list of modules. It might be easier. I can do this probably through... this might be easier to just go ahead and pull up Coriolis. That way we can kind of sort of go through each of these modules one by one. This is the build that I am using. It's a random Anaconda exploration build. 1 second while I do something here on this end to cut the noise. And for some reason that's not working. And it has something to do with the focus. There, so now I can get rid of the distracting noise, and we can go back in here and I can sort of pull this up and I can see this in game. So let's go down the build. This is a standard Explora-conda build with lightweight alloy, heavy duty grade 5 deep plating, a 5A power plant, which is armored grade 5, and I did not do thermal spread. I decided to skimp and do stripped down. You may choose thermal spread. I've heard that that is the min-max choice. And then, of course, we have a clean grade 5 stripped down thrusters, 5D thrusters, 6A frame shift drive that's increased range, grade 5. This is all engineering, so if you haven't unlocked these engineers, you're going to find it very difficult to do this build. That was one of the first things I did in the game, was to basically go through. In fact, it makes the game kind of fun. You have an actual goal that's worthwhile, and it pays off. So I do highly recommend doing the engineering. As much of a grind as it may feel, it is worth doing. And it is kind of fun. The 5D life support here, lightweight grade 4, 4D power distributor, engine focus grade 5, stripped down, needs to be at grade 5, otherwise you won't get your boost. And then we have our lightweight grade 5 sensors, and for the optionals, a shielded grade 4 7A fuel scoop, along with our 2 shielded AFMUs, both 6As, one so that one can repair the other if needed. A 4G planetary vehicle hanger, as well as, and I skipped the fuel transfer lipid controller because that's only going to help if you're a fuel rat helping somebody else. If you're by yourself, you'll be calling somebody who has one of these. But if you want to carry it, just on the off chance you might meet somebody who needs help, then that's fine. I'll try to not shake my head so much while reading through these, although I think it doesn't matter right now because you're looking at my screen outside of the VR. But once I get into the VR, I'll try not to move my head around so much. I can't help it. It's just what I do. And the reason why I'm doing this exercise in VR is because I'm more comfortable playing this game in VR than I am. It's just how things work out. So you do want to carry a repair lipid controller because there will come a time where you'll have to repair your hull. And if you don't have, you can always synthesize lipids, but you cannot synthesize a 5D repair lipid controller. And then, of course, your 5H Guardian frameshift drive booster. We go light on the shields because, well, to be quite frank, we're doing exploration. We're not doing combat. So enhanced low power grade 5, stripped down. And then if you want, you can throw in a corrosion resistant. You will need a cargo, but if you want to throw in corrosion resistant on top of that, that's your prerogative. A detailed surface scanner that will have the expanded probe scanning radius. That's important because it makes scanning a lot easier. You don't have to sit there. Also the fuel scoop. Getting a shielded grade 4 and a 7/8 fuel scoop means that your refuel time is going to be fantastic. 25 seconds here on this build. The rest, you can throw your luxuries. I've even added a advanced docking computer because why the hell not? And Super Cruise Assist. If you're going to go out into the black, at least carry a Super Cruise Assist. The rest is maybe some mining lasers if you want to grind the rep for the mining lance. Be my guest, but I'm just in case, both of or one, or if you just don't feel like landing on the planet and mining for resources needed to synthesize materials, you can do so from the comfort of your ass in your chair. At any rate, yes. So as far as the utilities, I've loaded all heat sinks and 2-point defense. That's just how I roll. I'd rather have more heat sinks than have to sit out there and synthesize them with components that will probably not be available. To run this build, and I wish I could give credit to the person who created this. I believe it was this Reddit post. No, it was not this Reddit post, but it was a Reddit post which I found. But if you just Google up Anaconda Exploration, you will find builds similar to this. This happens to be the one I chose. And, it gives you the cost, it gives you the material needs that you can, your engineering material needs on Coriolis. So like, for instance, you can pull this up and then you can see all of the crap that you need to go and run laps around Dav's Hope, as well as whatever else you need to pick up. So this is how you run it. You shut down your AFMUs, keep all your unnecessaries disabled so that you have enough power. But if you do the engineering on the power grid, you will find that you'll have ample enough power to run this build. Now that we've gone through this, and I apologize for the lengthy intro on this, because I know you guys want to see what I'm going to do, we're going to take the Anaconda out and put it in direct danger. And there's a reason for this. So let me go ahead and exit out here and resume. And the reason why we're going to do it is because, well, it's just a good idea to go through the motions and do an exercise, a disaster recovery exercise before you head out. For one, you're going to learn the limitations of your ship. You're also going to learn the procedures. You're going to find problems. And I'm going to try to simulate these discoveries because you learn by doing. Going and reading about this stuff, somebody will say, hey, you need to carry 2 auto field maintenance units. What they won't tell you is that you obviously, and some people may not know this, is that you cannot have both of them repairing the other while the other one's doing a repair, because that means they will both be down. If you find yourself doing that, you'll wonder why they're not working until you figure things out. The other thing is that you need to know how much damage is going to happen during these scenarios. You need to know what's going to happen to your power plant. You need to know if your engineering is going to hold up. You need to know what the limits are of your build. And what better way to do it than to go out and crash into a star. So let's go ahead and get out and do that. As I said, I will try to keep my head from moving about so much so that you guys can read what we're looking at, but
ship restraints retracted. Clear for departure.
Well, that's really loud. Okay. stay to go do some exercises. Alright, let's get out of here.
Scan detected.
Engage warp drive. Oh, we're mass locked, of course. Engage warp drive. Engage warp drive.
Frameshift drive charging.
Voice commands need some work. Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Alright. Fly directly to the star and begin the preliminaries on our exercise. Go ahead and turn some noise down here. Hopefully the mirror volume on this won't blow away my explanation of what we're doing. So this is the first controlled situation that we're going to put ourselves in. And it is the most common mistake made by a pilot who's trying to refuel from a star thousands of light years away from the bubble. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. In the Anaconda, we're going to we're going to push ourselves directly into the exclusion zone and then watch what happens. So let's go ahead and make sure the modules are online that I need. I won't need more than a few heat sinks to get out of the situation, so there's no point in having the others activated. This is taking a while. Let's go. Apologize for the noise, but I have to check something here. Oh, all right. Let's slow down. Let's go ahead and orbit around this thing and get us. Put ourselves into danger here. Slight danger. Show orbits. Okay, that line right there is what we're going to run right into. Here we go, beginning the exercise now.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Alright. Deploy heat sink. Alright, that's working. We'll wait for FSD cooldown.
Heat sink deployed.
Alright, there we go. Let's take a look at our modules. Looks like we've got at least 2% across the board. As soon as our frameshift drive comes back online, or at least the cooldown, we're gonna pop another heat sink and get out of here. Engage warp drive.
Frameshift drive
Deploy
charging.
heat sink. Because otherwise we're gonna damage the ship.
1. Engage.
Alright, here we go. And now we're gonna do the second thing to cause even more damage. This is probably not likely, but this is just a way to create damage in a controlled way. Something aside, oh, I don't know, falling into the exclusion zone and cone of a white dwarf. Here we go.
Hull integrity compromised.
And now begins the exercise. We are now at 99% hull. We're going to go ahead and come to a complete stop. And we're going to begin the recovery portion of our exercise. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring one of our AFMUs online. and shut down the other modules. This is just so that we can have some additional power. We can keep our shields. I would recommend that if you're doing this, make sure you're in a safe place. If you can't, then do what you have to do. So the first thing we're going to do is repair our one AFMU with the other. This is just to illustrate that you can do this. You don't have to do it in any particular order in terms of, you can repair your modules first and then repair your AFMUs, because you can always synthesize the materials needed. Almost there.
Module repaired.
Okay, and now we're going to bring the other one offline. Bring this one online so that the other one can be repaired. Let's go ahead and shut down some of our other systems.
Module repaired.
Now, anything that you're repairing will automatically be shut down, but it doesn't hurt because we're running a bit heavy on our power grid. It's important that that we have the power to do what we need. So let's go ahead and start the repair on all the modules simultaneously. So we're just going to go down the list. I'm going to go ahead and do the shield. Frame shift. We're going to skip life support for now because we have the others in queue and we don't want to run our life support out. If your life support is damaged to the point of no return, then you might want to fix that first, but your mileage may vary. But here we're just going to go through the list.
Module repaired. Module repaired. Module repaired.
Fix everything.
Module repaired.
Now you do not want to do reboot and repair.
Module repaired. Module repaired.
You only do reboot and repair as a last resort.
Module repaired.
It's better to not cannibalize modules for other modules before you end up.
Module repaired.
This is happening faster than I thought it would. And of course, the power plant is the only thing you cannot repair with an AFMU, as far as I know. So, that 97%, yeah. Once that hits 0, you might as well hit the self-destruct. Or at least, I think, unless you want to call in help, maybe. I don't know. Can you recover? Exercise for the reader. Can I recover from a completely damaged power plant? It's an interesting question. So it looks like everything is back online. Now that everything is repaired, we go ahead and repair our life support. And this is why we do it last. Because that time, you may be low on resources. You may be low on oxygen. That's emergency oxygen. And once it runs down, there's none left. You have to refill it. If you do not, the next time your life support goes down, you may be dead. At least that's how I read it. Do I want to play games with life support? No. Anything with the word life in it probably means we should probably take it seriously. So that one's repaired. We can now reactivate it. I hope that's what I did. Yeah, there we go. Alright, back up online. And as you see, if I deactivate it again, you'll see that the timer stops exactly where I left off. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and turn that back on. And then now we just go ahead and turn on all systems. I wish there was a way to do this quickly.
Online. Power plant capacity exceeded.
Yep. Let's turn off our AFMUs. And that way we have our rebalance get our power distributor on. Now we do our repair limit, super cruise, and the rest can wait. Just have one of those. Alright, now the next part. Repair lipid. You just have to have the thing on, which we've got it repaired. And deploy your hard points. Well, I guess it was already deployed. And we have one repair lipid. Well, that's all we need for now. We'll go ahead and send that thing out. And he'll repair the ship.
Successful.
I guess wasn't that much damage. If you have more than that and you need more lipids, you can synthesize them by going to here to the inventory, go down to synthesis, and you can read. They'll take iron, 10 iron, and 10 nickel. You can find that anywhere if you're used to, well, if you're mining SRV mining on a planet or in an asteroid. If you've got your lasers, if you're too lazy, you don't want to go land, and you can do that. So this is the conclusion of this disaster recovery exercise. Anybody who has any questions, let me know. This is Commander Julius Dedekind out.